Yes. And no. Programming it. Yes. That's yes. And this is no. Alright, stop. Alright. Give me a yes. Do yes. Alright, stop. Give me a no. Give me a no. Alright, that's my weird no. It's like this. I can't explain it, but it's like it's real weird and stiffish, and then that's my no. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Political read, political read, political read. Okay. First of all, well, I guess I was very a little bit shocked. I could say that the people in the Senate, it was just four. Okay. But four is a start. Yeah, four is a start. So I was very shocked that the four senators signed on to the bill to stop the tariffs on Canada. Okay. And I know that sometimes people can, like they say, how do you say it? Like people are for what you're for, or they'll be with you when all of you are against a certain thing. But will they be with you and take you all the way where you need to go? Okay, because we got a tyrant in office. He is a tyrant. Okay, among other descriptions that you can give to describe this person. Okay, and I just often wonder why people would follow someone off of the cliff. Okay, not only why they just doing things that that can hurt liberals, or that's fine. Okay, but they are doing things to hurt the entire country and parts of the world. Okay, that's what Rump the Dump is doing. Okay, what would make one follow someone in blind allegiance and see that he's not only ruining just here, his tentacles have reached and stretched out beyond this national border. Okay, he's causing problems in a lot of different places. Hello, Robin. He's causing problems in a lot of different places. And what would make one follow you to the end of the world like that? Could it perhaps be money? Money is a root of all evil, particularly. It is. Could it be information? How do you donate? They're big. I'm not understanding. Oh, you doing weird shit. But anyway, is it information that, let me get him up out of here. He's crazy. All right. Is there information that he has in files on these people? Okay. Because even if it was money, okay, at the end of the day, if it's a whole lot of money, I don't know. I'm just a country poor girl. Okay. I'm just a little country psychic. Even at the end of the day, if you had a lot of money, okay, then if your country was destroyed, what would you do? So you would have to take that money and you'd have to leave the United States of America. That's what you would have to do. Uh, thank you, Reyes. Um, don't feel pretty. But thank you nonetheless. Hello, Brotella Aviation. If you just joined me, uh, please like and share and subscribe. I need some more viewers here. And I often wonder, because see, this is the thing about me. I loved Barack Obama. I loved him. I love everything about Barack Obama. I like the way he spoke. I like the way he presented himself. I like the way he was a man of character. I like the way he loved his wife and it was genuine. I liked all those things about Barack Obama, but there is not a time that I would do those things that these people are doing. Not a time. Okay, I love Barack, but I'm not following Barack Obama, President Obama, to the end of the world, and he ain't gonna say no stupid crap. And I'm be like, yes, that's correct, because I don't believe in being in a cult, because I'm much too independent to be in a cult. Um, Even at churches, I'm very careful because I don't go off on the deep end. And, that man that sits in the pulpit is not my savior. Okay. I have a savior that is somewhere else on another plane. He ain't it. He just a man, reading out of the Bible. But they eat this man up like he is the second coming of Christ. Why? Each individual person has their own different reasons. But a long time ago, I was told that he has a file with damning information on those senators, and also on um, like people in Hollywood and stars. Some of these people he been running around in the six circles that he run around in, allegedly, just the six circles he run around in. And it's just nothing he can do. He can bowl the economy over and have the stock market at zero, and these people will be smiling and telling you you having a good time. You just hurting a little bit, but just have a good time. Because Obama could never tell me, could never. Mm-mm. Obama could never tell me that we needed to dissolve all our partnerships with everybody overseas. Mm-mm. That would be the last day I followed Obama. That would be the last day that I voted for him. Okay, because you have to use common sense. And I see that these Republicans are not using common sense. So that's why I go to the thing of they eating out Trump's diaper. Okay. And when I looked at the news, and then I said four of those senators have stopped eating out the diaper. I was like, what is this? Is this a fluke? Is this a movement? Or is this, I'm going to stand like Grandpa, I'm going to stand with you uh, because we both against certain things. Um, so I'm going to ask the pendulum, and then I'm going to go to my cards and see what I can get. Okay, so pendulum. Is this the movement? Those four Republicans, my bad. Is this a movement, pendulum? A movement toward them going with them with other things? Is this a movement? Hello, Chica. That's my yes. That's a movement. Because when I also did I did a video on the Florida State Senate races, not Senate races. I'm sorry, House races. It was two of them. It was the sixth district and the first district. Now I thought that the first district they wasn't going to get, but I said in the first one that um, it was still some type of motion that was happening. And what was going to happen was, I said that in the first district of the Florida House race, that they hadn't gone through enough. Okay, okay, because this was, some of these districts are like affluent; they have a lot of money, so it takes rich people a minute to go through something. Okay, when you're talking about with the economy and the finances, the poorest and the people at the bottom of the rung like me, we feel it immediately. All right, not immediately, immediately. Yeah, we feel it. So I felt like their movement, that first district, gonna learn a lot when they fuck around and find out. They hadn't found out quite all the way yet, okay? Because they ain't seen it yet. But when they see it, then the midterms is gonna definitely show what people were angry about. Now the sixth district, that sixth district with John Wiles, I don't know how to say it. Sorry, I predicted that he would win, John Wiles. Okay, and I felt a good, solid movement. All right, and so, but he didn't win, so I was wrong, which I can be. But I was just looking at the cards and the current energy. But again, there's free will everywhere. But nonetheless, I did state that that was a motion, that was a movement, that was a movement, okay? And I said in that video, I would love to see the internal numbers, not just the numbers, just the internal numbers there, inside of there, and that would prove a lot because those Democrats got closer than they ever have in their entire life to, flipping and whipping and willing and dealing that particular district. Um, I feel like the movement, you're never going to move those hard, staunch, um, mega maniac maggots, but you will move some of them. I can't say that I don't know what to describe them, but you can move some of them, okay? Because I wouldn't say that they solve for light MAGA. No, that's not it. But I think when stuff started effing around and happening to them, they gonna move. Okay. And they're gonna move to any Democrat to save them. It's gonna be like they in the sea, okay? And when you in the sea and you drowning, and then you see a black man come through and he got a float. It ain't no way. Even if you didn't like black people none of your life, you gonna tell that black man he can go on by because he black, but he got your life raft. So that's what it's gonna be for them. Life raft, okay, by people they don't like, but that is the only one that is here to save you, okay? And but that's gonna be deeper off into our effing around and finding out. They're gonna have to do that. Then become by November in the midterms, they had enough because it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly financially. It's gonna get ugly. So when it get ugly like that, then they'll be running back. But now that I see that it's kind of like a movement, when I did the pendulum, let me do my cards and see. Spirit, what exactly can you tell me about that movement of those Republicans? Because I feel like they're going to start shedding off. And in the Senate, you really don't need a lot of shedding off because, like I say, they moved it with four, because they kind of evenly match because some people can go over this way, go over that way. All right, so let's see. But the house is a different animal and breed. Um, but I'll ask one question, okay, and then I'll talk about something else. Because when he was doing his State of Union, I was watching it, and I took my pendulum and I asked my pendulum, um, is some of those same Republicans that's at this that's at the State of the Union, will they betray him? And allegedly, the pendulum said yes. Because I felt it in the room. I was reading the room, and I read the room. Some of them same people in there laughing and clapping like I see a ooh, 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 ooh. They're gonna be the same people going in the back. Mm, yeah, they're gonna clock them up in the back. Yeah. So I feel like people just thinking is there's four senators in the Senate. It's like a cancer, and it's going, oh, seven of swords. That just fell out sneaky. Somebody on the sneak, somebody on the tape. Well, I feel like that is what they is. They go from one side to the next, not really caring what they do. But some of those people in the House are gonna slide away from him as time goes on and more things happen and more things happen within a state. That's what's going to happen. More things are going to happen within a states, within a local economy, and then they gonna be like, I didn't had enough. I didn't have enough. Again, they're gonna get on that life raft with anybody. Anybody coming through, them black people they didn't like, the transgender people they didn't like, and she coming with the raft, he, she, it, they getting on the raft with them. Okay, whereas then they was like, I'm too good for this. Then they gonna be ready. That's how I feel about some of them people in the House. Now you got those four in the Senate, but I think it's more things is going to happen in their states in the House as well with these uh, moronic tariffs. Yeah, they're gonna have to be showed. Okay, and when they show them so much, they can forget about, how they was like, well, we not gonna have any more town hall meetings. Don't worry about the town hall meetings. They ain't gonna show up at your town hall meetings. They probably will be allegedly showing up at your house. Okay, so you can go, Republican, go around and ignore these folks and don't talk to them and say, let Daddy Trump handle it. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. You get put out your house. You good. You ain't got no food. That's all right. It's the pain. It's the pain I need you to go through. For really, yo. And then that's when the House is gonna be like, nah. I think even my feelings and how I feel, even before this, even before it's time to vote again, to flip everybody out on their head. So a lot of people gonna be evicted from their seats. Um, come, time for midterms. It's gonna be pretty shocking because it's gonna be people flip from their seats that then been there a while, and people gonna be like, "Wow, what the? It's a movement. Yeah, it's a movement." Let's see. Let's see this movement with the Republicans. And then I heard like, "How dare you? How dare you?" Somebody is saying, "How dare you?" And this is on the Republican part. They like, "How dare you do this? You didn't gone too far." That's how they saying it. Just all of the House, the Senate people, all the Republicans in there. Like he's gone too far this time. What did you do? Okay. Um, allegedly, y'all, we flying blind. He talked all about Biden, how sleep Biden was, and Biden would never woke. But then when they go to doing things, then they say, well, Biden did that. Biden put this in place. Look, he either was asleep or he was doing everything. He can't do both. He can't go to bed. But we are riding allegedly with a person. I have personally, not personally, but allegedly, I do like what they call it. Remote viewing or whatever they call it. I can do that. And I saw him one day in his underbundies, allegedly, walking around the White House at night. So we got a stranger in the White House. You thought Biden was asleep. Nope, this man is senile. Okay, he go off and he go on. Okay, but what he says to keep with his senility is his anger and his revulsion for folks. He keeps that staunchly in his heart, even though he'll forget anything else. He'll keep that staunchly in his heart, just hate and darkness, allegedly. All right, let's see. Republicans. Two of Cups, they willing to, this jumped out, Two of Cups, they willing to work. Okay. They willing to work and mail together. Even though I don't see eye to eye with you. See those eyes, one on the floor, one at the top. All right, Democrat, you on the bottom of the flow. I'm in the high cup. But we got to meet somewhere in the middle, because in the end, both of our cups gonna be empty. All right. People is thinking about their finances, and all of those people in the White House, every last one of them, have finances. Finances locked up in different things, different businesses and stuff like that. So that it always affect them. Or they have family members that are running businesses on their behalf and doing things on their behalf. And some of them, when that rubber hits the road, when their finances hit the road, then so shall they. Okay, because they don't care about poor people. Poor people are or middle class people, folks like that is just non-existent for them. Yeah, just the non-existent beings. So they're not worried about that. What they're worried about when their particular business get hit or something, and then they be like, "Well, maybe we should do this," and then he's gonna be like, "No, I'm still doing what I want to do," and then they're gonna go over there and then they're gonna partner with the Democrats because the money is drying up, not because they have any sense of duty. This be a personal issue. Let's see. Three of Pentacles, which is working together with somebody, and somebody wants to win. Okay, these are the Republicans that's going to shake. Page of Cups. This is surprising news. Oh, we're going to be shocked. Was shocked by Mitch McConnell. Hmm. He voted in the Senate so that he must have some type of business interest, either in his state or business interest himself personally or family. That will be, particularly, they were focused on Canada. So somebody's got some financial ties with that. We got the Page of Pentacles. Okay, this is the money of the news of the money. If anything separates them from the money, then they will separate from it. But I'm not talking about those highly entrenched diaper eaters. Oh, you can never do. They will sacrifice themselves for the love of Daddy Trump and eat out their diaper. I'm not talking about them people. I'm talking about them people that's somewhat, sort of, not really in the middle, because I wouldn't even consider them to be in the middle, because these people are a little bit extreme as well. The people I'm talking about. King of Swords. Okay, we got the King of Swords. That's always justice. That's always truth coming forth. And there's also the sign of Trump. That's his card, because he is a Gemini. But in this point, I feel like it's legal. Okay, if it's some deep time legal issues, they will disengage. They got an emergency hatch. And if that hatch says that you are about to go into the penitentiary and you are 60 years old, or you're 70, 80, they be 90 sometime in the House and the Senate, then it's a disengage is right on. Ace of Wands. If they hear of anything too, that it will get on them, because I don't really care if they. I don't think they care if they hear anything illegally that Donald Trump does, long as it doesn't affect them personally, is what I'm getting here. But if they hear head or tails of some type of legal issues, King of Swords, I mean, a hard, staunch legal decision that somebody has either has been accused of a war crime, somebody has been accused of crime against humanity, something like that, like something really world oriented, they're going to disengage from him quickly, because they don't see themselves spending time in jail or being closely associated with things of that nature. Knight of Wands, this is somebody who um, this is going back and forth, speaking quickly. Yeah, this is disengaging. This is also disengaging verbally. Huh, what? Who is Trump? Where's Trump? I never knew him. And with boo boo all over their lips, and then they wipe it off. I never ate out the diaper. Not me. I am so good. And they'll block him. Got the Two of Swords. Oh yeah, I'm making a decision to block him. They are coming towards this. If they hear, it's going to be something legal that they're going to hear, and these not the staunch supporting maggots that would live forever in the infamy of Daddy Diaper, not them. But these other folks, they are going to disengage due to some type of legal issue. And this is going to turning the tide. This is the wheel of fortune. These are things that are destined to happen, things that click, 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 one, two, three, four, so I can do this. Okay, so they will come a point. Like I say, I don't have time, but there will come a point that they're going to disengage from this man due to something legal. And when they disengage from him, I think that then they will also be a part of something in the legal field. All right, something against him in the legal field. I feel like, again, how they went in the Senate, I feel like, okay, they be like, now that's enough. I can't do this no more. We can't do this anymore. There are a lot of people that are worried that lay up in the bed, and it's some of those ones that doing the seal clapping. Yes, best man in the universe. It's them. They worried at night. They clapping all day long, and they scared and they shaking allegedly in their bed and crying and wondering where the files at that he got on them. Yeah. Um, Nine of Wands on the defensive. They'll be on the defensive because they worried. Um, Once the society turns against this um, Rumpty Trump allegedly, society turns. Society wants no more of this. Society wants to have trade relations. Society wants to have protection that we equally and or just simultaneously give each other by being in NATO or being close and allies here or having a military base here, close to here. We are isolating ourselves with our friends. There are some people I get in the Senate. Okay, they are what you call hawks, or they're war hawks. That's what they call them, or whatever they call them. I feel like those some of those people, he's going to make a decision in that arena, and he's going to just they are going to excavate themselves from that, because I feel like everybody has their different reasons in the Senate and the House, but then there are different sections that he's going to f with, and they ain't gonna like it. So somebody don't like you to fuck with finances, somebody don't like you to fuck around in certain countries or eliminate certain ties that they know are important to the security of the United States that could get us in real, allegedly, in real deep doo doo with terrorism, with not knowing what's coming, and just being in the blind, okay? Because nobody likes you, okay? And that's how they feel. We have a lot of them senators, very heartbreaking. I feel like this to me is the card of the people who like are the original Republicans, or what they call the Reagan Republicans. They are very heartbreaking because they feel like he's stepping on the Constitution. They're not saying that just yet, but that's another section. He's going to have to do something terribly, awfully terrible for these particular Republicans to exit left from him. Okay, he's going to have to do something very terrible. It's like I feel like I heard usurping your power. That's some type of old shit, but that's what I heard. He's going to usurp his power, but it's going to be out in the open, out front. It's going to be black. It's going to be white. Ain't no. It's not a gray area. And then they are going to leave him. They're going to leave him in sections, depending on what he's doing allegedly. So as they leave him, then what I feel going to happen is that the Democrats are going to get the House and the Senate, and then it's Katie Boyd the door for him. And they just gonna go ahead and act like they didn't know him, act like they didn't eat out his diaper at all. Some of them are very angry, and they go home and they, I say you're gonna cry in the car. They go home and they get mad and they, tell it to their wives. These people are being put under immense stress, but I don't feel sorry for them because they asked for it and they wanted to do it. They see immediate doom in the future. They see a tower moment coming. It's just like it's a click and a click and a click, and they just looking. But then on the outwards, they doing the seal clapping. Then they go home and they saying this shit is going the fuck off. Okay, so these people right here are not very entrenched in him, and they waiting on any movement of him that looks like we can, get him on up out of here, whatever that is. Okay, so them too, these particular Republicans is they ready for him to go. Those particular Republicans like that were very angry within the first 3 months of this man's administrations. Okay. I mean, not administration, oh Lord, administration. Okay. And some of them, this is Six of Wands, Six of Swords. I'm sorry, I said Six of Wands. They ready to move on from him. I mean, they like, damn, can we get the fuck away from him? I'm tired of him stabbing us in the back. taking the money, going back and forth, playing with the money, doing all that. They don't like it. They don't like the instability. Okay. Somebody don't like the instability of what he's doing. Page of Pentacles, Two of Cups. This to me is, if you plan on messing with my money, then I plan on doing you in. Page of Pentacles. We got the Two of Cups and the Two of Wands. These is the Republicans. That's like, yeah, I'm working with them Democrats. It's saying something about my money getting low, my businesses is not profitable. It's time to move up out. That's the ones that voted for him, loved him until they don't, until it didn't meet their interests. Page of Cups, Seven of Swords. Page of Cups, surprising in the Seven of Swords. It's gonna be so surprising when some of these Republicans, it's gonna be like, not him. Not him. Oh, hell no, not him. He done been in the 20 years. Yeah, they're going to be up to it. A long time, well, not a long time ago, of course, because he ain't been there. But when he, does it seems like a long time ago. But I did get that I heard, this is just from me and my spirits, that I heard the Republicans standing up. And the Republicans were saying, having some type of argument or something, and then they were along the means of saying this person is unfit. Okay. So at some point, allegedly, is what I feel, we're gonna get to a point where somebody gonna say he unfit. Now, why is he unfit? We don't know at this particular moment. But it's going to be the Democrats that's going to stand up and say he's unfit. All right. We got movement, we got motion, we got the Chariot going towards it. They're going towards it. Also, and I see like going towards the moon. Um, that what's his name? Elon Musty, allegedly. They got it out for him too. Okay, they want him gone first, and then they want Musty Move gone. It's a very big group of senators that want Musty Move gone, and then Trump gone. Okay. They have learned, I feel like they can't control him, and um they can't put any rails around him, because there's some people that put him in there, allegedly, the Republicans that put him in there, and they thought that they can control him because he's so elderly and feeble-minded, and a moron, allegedly, that they could kind of guardrail and keep him in a pen, like a pig in a pen, and throw a couple papers in there. Sign this, sir. Get out of there. Leave the pig. Throw him some slop, and he good. All right. So that's how they felt about him. But then they was like, no, we can't even control him no more. Let's just get him out of here. But we're gonna have to get him out of here at a certain time. Okay, because there's somebody who is saying, I'm listening, is like, we got to do this step by step and in order, and we got to slowly move and approach it. Okay, so allegedly they got some Republicans after him. All right, hope you know it is like it's a plan. Okay, that's what it sounds like. Somebody doing something in secret, and it's a plan. Yeah, we got this. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that. But first, they want to eliminate that Moosty Moo. A trap door. That's what I heard. After I talked about Musty Moo, then I heard a trap door. There's a trap door for Musty Moo, allegedly. And first, we got to get the trap door under Musty Moo, and then we're gonna move on to Trump, the Rump, the Dump. All right, and they gotta be this the moon here. This gotta be a secret. This is something shrouded in secrecy. Okay, this is something for somebody to win. Okay, a certain set of Republicans want to be the winner and want to be in control of the party. Okay, and this gets me. And it gives me a weird vibe because I don't know what this has to do with anything, but it gives me a vibe of CIA, allegedly. Gives me a vibe of FBI, allegedly. It gives me all of the spook vibes. It also gives me uh, listening, listening to conversations. All right, so there is some Republicans out there, allegedly, listen to conversations of Trump. I don't know what they're trying to find or what they're trying to get on them. but it get me very, very spooktified. Okay, we got the justice card on top of that. Mm. We got the justice card on top of that moon. Okay, murky, murky government, murky laws. Mm. Yeah, we operating outside of the government, within the government. Weird as fuck. Yeah, they operating outside the government, within the government. Pretty sure somebody else knows what that means. I do not. And again, like I told you, it's a plan, three of wands, and they will and want to set it into motion. We got the Justice Department, but the Justice Department works for him. But there's some part of that Justice Department that just don't, allegedly. All right, let's see, Three of Pentacles. Because when they wrap him up, the Republicans, I'm not talking about the Democrats. This is his people. When they wrap him up, they're gonna wrap him up in three. Uh, One thing I'm going to do, second thing I'm going to do, third thing I'm going to do. So whatever this is, it's going to be three things. And they're going to click, 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 because you know they say they got to do it carefully and they got to do it methodically and step by step. That it won't seem like a coup. Okay. Yeah. And I am under the impression that these are the same set of Republicans that, oh, excuse me, that did not want to fuck with him after month three. They was done with him. So then they got this plan, whatever this plan involves. All right, Three of Pentacles working together. Working together. People in their craft. He's messing with their craft. Some of these people do not like that their job is being eliminated. Really, like we got three branches of government. We got the executive, we got the judicial, and we got the congressmen and all of that stuff. Like we got three of them for a reason. Okay, that's what the Constitution entails. All right, and if Trump is just going to govern by executive orders, this is what I've been thinking. Okay, if he's governing by executive orders, you're not passing shit. You're not doing shit. Okay. Isn't that the same thing that you and Elon Musk said about the government workers? Oh, they wasn't doing shit. Okay. So why are we not officializing it and taking senators' paychecks? Why they there? Okay. If Trump can govern all he want by executive order and they just sit over there and, the twizzle the thumbs up their butt and look at everybody and go home and talk a little bit and go home and don't pass no laws, shouldn't they work under the same thing, the same principle that Trump and Elon Musk is working under? Okay, those government workers don't need nothing. Congress, y'all government workers too. Y'all work for the government. So why we ain't eliminated all layers? They salaries are cutting them in half. If you want this man to govern like a king, then let him have your position and let him have your money. But they'll never agree to that. And that is why some of these people, not all of them, but some of them is like, I'm being tricked out of my craft. I'm being tricked out of what it is that I do. Four of Cups, I don't like this. What you offering me, you can't tell me that I can't do all of my job and I can't make the laws that I'm supposed to. I can't uphold it. Ace of Cups, yeah, they're in their feelings. This is a new feeling. Like you don't tell me what I'm not gonna do. I was voted in by the same people that was voted in by you, and I had the right to do my job. How it is that I want to do my job, and those people feel Eight of Swords, which is restricted. They are restricted. Okay, these people are restricted, and then I just got another hit. There is someone also on the Supreme Court. I don't know which one that it is, but this person allegedly that is on the Supreme Court is feeling the same way. They feel like you're not going to tell me how to do my job because we got three branches of government and I'm the one. I'm the law of the land. I'm no more important than executive. Executive no more important than the people who do this and whoop whoop and that. All right. So you got somebody in there that is saying the same thing. Yeah, they have a very disdain for him when it comes, because I feel like whoever this person is in the Supreme Court allegedly is a person with a huge ego, which they tend to have in that uh, particular field, because okay, you are the law of the land. What you say goes. What on your word, things are stopped or started. Okay, and they have a big ego, and they are like, you are not gonna usurp my power and make me feel like I'm not important because I am important. That is the way that this person speaks. Hmm. Is this a female or a male spirit? If you can give me a no. This is male energy. So this is a male here that feels like that. You probably would know it from looking at them because they keep that real hidden and placid. This person has what we call a poker face. Okay. So this is a judicial person with a poker face. So I just wanted to come and do a quick little, no, it ain't running quick, long ranting, and then showing the cards about that it's a movement. It is a movement, and these Republicans are getting in place. And remember the three-tier plan that they got going on. Remember that there's something murky going on within the government, outside of the government. Um, Communications being watched, somebody being watched, allegedly. So, all right, so keep that in mind, and hopefully it makes sense to you. Thank you. This has been Shan the Baby. I do appreciate you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe.